This is Mark, 2Dog RC. I'm going to show you how I take a Velocidrone track like this and put it onto a Sketchup with the dimensions and make it easy to lay out at your local field. All these files will be available at the MultiGP site. The Sketchup is listed under obstacles, and this is part of our new tracks program at MultiGP so that we can upload your local tracks, or you can upload your local tracks, and other people can set them up. All right, to get started, we go to multigp.com. I'm sure you all have been there before. You come up here to Organizers, Obstacles Guide. And right here where it says Sketchup file with obstacles, you want to click this, and that'll take you to Sketchup, and this is where you can download this file. Sketchup is free. They have a web interface to use, and that's why we did select this program. Plus Hefty, who used to work for MultiGP, took all the time to put these beautiful graphics in of all the gates and everything. So it's really nice to use this file. Give him a ton of credit. So here's our Sketchup file. Sketchup's, I don't know if you've used programs before, it's not quite like Fusion 360. It's kind of annoying in a way, but I've made this as painless as possible. What you see here are two grids. This will match the Velocidrone grid you see. And then I also made a 10-foot grid for us US people to just make things make sense. What you can do here is just little tags, and these little eyeballs are visibility things, so you can go and turn off the 10-foot grid, and now you've only got the 20-meter Velocidrone grid. See over here, these are all our gates, the MultiGP gates. This is the program I use to lay out our champs courses for the last couple of years, Mayhem, and your GQs that you've seen on the website. So now let's go to a Velocidrone. And this only works this way on a track that's made in Velocidrone that's not official, so a track that you can download and edit. This is AK's GQ track from 2021. Here you can see that AK took this into account when he designed this track. He's got everything on 3 lines, 1, 2, and 3. This does make it really easy to lay out tracks, probably why he wins a lot, and they're good tracks. So what we're going to need to do first is to figure out where we want to delineate is our 0 point that we're going to measure everything from. This track today, I'm actually going to use this point, this gate right here, down here in this corner, because it's on this, it's really on the line, as you can see there. It's on the line and it's the farthest points down. What we're going to do here first is we go to this tool section in Velocidrone. And Ashley was very kind and made an exporting system where we can export coordinates of a track into a CSV file, and then we can go from there and set it up in SketchUp or whatever you want to use, or just write it down on a grid. But what I'm going to show you is how I do it, which is a little bit faster, I think, because we can you just do it at the same time. But there's a way to do this and make it work with the CSV export as well. So I'm going to take this first green cone and put it right here, right at the leg of that gate. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, click it, and do Shift Z, and that will make this location up in this corner 0, 0, 0, 0. So now everything on this track is referenced off of this green spike. And if you're doing this to export it, you would label this object 1, number 1, and now everything in your export file is based off of that. So we know this is going to be here. So we know we've got a 5-foot gate at the 0 marker. It's right at 0, 0, and we're going to build our track right to left. I've got the track laid out this way, going up and down. What I'm going to do is use a SketchUp file going up and down. So come back into my SketchUp. What I recommend is you save this as a file before you start editing it up here in the menu. Save as, so you won't edit this file. This little icon is pan, moves it over. And we know it's a chapter gate, so I'm going to use my arrow. I'm going to come up gate. This is a gate, 5x5 gate. Highlight it and then right click, and I'm going to copy it. Takes a while. these tags up and right click and paste. There's a lot of delay. There's my little gate. It's a tiny little gate. Okay, move over here. So like I said before, we knew that that was 3 grids and a little bit more, 2 grids and a little bit more. So I'm going to use this marker as my start point for that track. So I'm going to select this again, make sure it's selected. I'm going to grab this move icon. I'm going to come down here and going to grab a corner. See, gotta make sure it's a corner. And then we're going to put that right on the dot right there. Let's see if I can. There we go. Put that corner right there. So it says guide point. And now that gate is right at 0, 0 for our whole map. As you can see, we're going to build up just like in our Velocidrone. So now I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to take this flag and put it where I want my next gate. We'll use this corner. So as you can see, the blue is left and right axis here, red is up and down. We don't worry about green because it's altitude. See, this green shows 0 in the upper left corner, and this is 9.54. There you go, 9.54. Now go back to Sketchup. This is our 0 line, so now we're going to take this measuring tool. To put a gate somewhere that isn't exactly right on a crossing or one of these X's we've already got, we have to draw one. This is the rotate tool. So I'm going to come over here, just give a better angle. And I'm going to select here because that's where we're going to start. And then we're going to go up 9.8. 9.8. I'm just going to, actually I need to fix something first. So here, this is information. This kind of tells you what units you're using. We're going to go in meters. We'll stay at this precision. And length snapping, if we want it to snap a certain length, we can do this. And I'm going to use it as 0.1 snap interview. There we go. Okay. All right, so now we want to measure from here. We knew it was 9.8 meters, so we can just type it in and hit enter. And that puts the little box right there. See, it's just short of 10 meters, which is kind of what we thought. We can just select this gate, but it's already selected. Since it's right where we want it, we're going to do a copy and then a paste. There we go. Now we grab this little corner and we're going to stick it right on that little black mark that we just made. And when it turns out a gray circle, you click OK. And now we've got those 2 gates made. Now go back to our track. All right, there was a flag here as well. So we come back here, we can go over to our obstacles. Here's just a flag, right click on it, copy, and paste. So it doesn't really, see, we don't have a little dot, so it's just free floating. You can just free float it somewhere, or you can measure it and put it somewhere. For now, I'm just going to put it right there because that's on the line, it looks good. Now let's see, we had a couple, well, all right, so now we know this gate. This is pretty easy because AK does a really good job laying out his tracks. So we know this gate is in line with this gate, but it's on this arc. So now we know that that double gate is perpendicular to this gate on the 10-meter line. So all we got to do is click this point, this end point, go, and there's 10 meters, and put that little dot. The other way we could do it is we could measure up from here up to here. 9.8, that's what we said before. So now we can come over here and we're going to grab our double. We're going to copy that. Going to paste that. Okay, we're going to paste it right there in the guide point. Now we know this isn't the right direction. It's facing the wrong way. So we got to rotate it. So the rotation tool is this tool. So item selected, and you want to grab the origin of the gate, and you want this little protractor to turn blue. And then take this to the end of the gate. That's the axis is going to rotate it. And we're just going to swing it around, and it kind of locks right in there. And this is on green axis, so that means it's parallel. And boom, that one's done. Okay, now let's just say this obstacle was in the middle here. Just going to make it difficult. Just so it's another step we got to do. So let's take our green marker. And we'll put it right on the edge of this hurdle. Red is 22.6 and blue is 4.76. Wrote that down as a hurdle. So now we can come back here, take our measure. We're going to start from our 0 point right here. We're going to go up 22.6. I'm just going to type it in because it's easier. And that makes a dot there. Now we need to go 4.76 in. So we're just going to start there and go 4 points. Let's go 4.7. There. That's where that leg of the hurdle needs to go. Come over here, select our hurdle. Oops. Copy, paste. We're going to hit move. We're going to grab this leg, and we're going to put it right on this end point, guide point. There we go. And that's it. All right, now that you've got the obstacles down, we need to tell somebody how to build this track. So for that, we need to use our dimensions tool. But dimensions will only come from points that have been drawn by your tape measure. So I'm going to want to draw this triangle here because I think that will make a very helpful build point. So now I come over here to dimensions. So this is our 0 point. We need to know where this gate is. So let's do that. That's 9.8. We need to know where this gate is. 10 meters. That's about right. And like I said before, this is going to be helpful for squaring it. So we'll go there. This goofy part. There is 14. And the color is the dimension measurement on what axis. So this is 14 on this blue axis. Okay, so now we need to know where this dimension is, or this hurdle. So 0 point up to how high that is, and we need to know how far away this is to here. There we go. That's all the dimensions you would need to lay out this track. If you really wanted to, we could do a dimension. I love triangles. It makes things a lot easier for me when I put tracks down. Go from there to there. Okay. So this is in meters, as you can see. If you get this file, like if the person that makes this file for our track section and uploads the Sketchup file, it's really easy to come in here and just click feet, and now everything's in foot and tenths of inches. So let's go back to meters because that's what we got this in. All right. Now we've got all the dimensions we need, but it's still not pretty. Like it's just too many lines. So what we're going to go here in these tags, and we're going to turn off the grid. Okay, that made it a lot easier to see. But we still got some of these other sketch lines that probably don't want to export if we're trying to do a nice pretty picture. So let's do another tag called guidelines. And now we're going to put these other guidelines in there. So guidelines, click this little thing, apply, and we're going to click the guidelines we don't want. So this one, this one. But sometimes it's hard to tell if I actually clicked it. So what I do is I turn this off because then I know I clicked it. There we go. There we go. See, I missed. There we go. Got it. And I got it. So now we know this is, oh, this one too. That makes a real nice pretty picture for exporting. If you want a line in there to make it look nice, to emphasis that these are a line, you can use this and just draw a line with the crayon here or whatever this is, and then that makes that so people know that's a line, and perpendicular, and there we go. And so now you've got some lines on here. These are just tools, whatever you want to do to make it look good, easier for people to lay out. I hope this has helped you learn how to use SketchUp slightly. It took me a while just playing with it to get all this stuff down right. If you have any questions, please let us know. We look forward to seeing what tracks you come up with and submit to the new track site at multigp.com. Thank you and have fun.